Welcome to Broom Talk, the podcast where witches, healers, magic makers gather to share their journeys, their magic, and their truths. I'm your host, Priestess Mellisa of Enchanted Dragonfly, inviting you to take a seat at the broom circle because the real magic is in the stories we tell. So let's stir the cauldron and speak the spell. So I have another magical being with me today. So tell us your name and your business name.
I'm Taylor, and I work through 3 different places, actually.
Sure.
So Dragonflies and Amber, and then my collective, and then I also work at Paws and Claws.
Oh.
So 3 kind of different places, like pretty different.
Nice.
Yep.
And tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so first I am a dog and cat groomer. So that is, and that's what I've been doing for about like 10 years now. So I also then learned how to do Reiki. So now I'm a Reiki practitioner. So I can offer that at Paws and Claws as well.
Oh, nice.
Yep. But then I can also do that through Dragonflies and Amber and my collective.
Nice.
So Dragonflies and Amber, I can, honestly, all 3, I can do human or pet. But typically, like I would love to get more into pet, especially like through referrals, like through any kind of way, like whether it's like a large animal or things like that.
Nice.
But then I assume people might know what Dragonflies and Ambers is, but there's a lot of different practitioners that can work through there. So just like having that as an offering there is just the Reiki, and also like different energy stuff too. So like it's not only Reiki or Crystal Reiki, but I can have like intuitive messages come through.
Nice.
And things like that. And then my collective is through one of my good friends, Crystal, who has it as mostly yoga, but both her and I have been trained in Crystal Reiki, and we can offer that as well.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Nice. And how did you start doing what you do?
So I feel like a lot of people get into this kind of field from like a trauma, a big life change or something. So, actually this Friday will be 1 year since my dad passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's okay. He's good now.
Yeah.
So last year after he had passed away, my sister-in-law actually got me in touch with a woman named Marlene who teaches soul healing classes. So went through that with her, then went through some of her more of her classes and went to a retreat. And then through all of that, I already knew what Reiki was, but I wanted to then pursue it. So then that's how I kind of ended up with Dragonflies and Amber, getting taught from Francesca. And then at the same time, though, Marlene ended up teaching a Crystal Reiki class too. And then a different person from Dragonflies and Amber taught an animal Reiki.
Nice.
So I just really kind of got all of it through. But definitely was started just for like my own healing, and like I know I'm meant to heal others too. So it was just like natural that I wouldn't just use it for myself.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And what type of practitioner are you?
So I learned Usui Reiki and then Crystal Reiki, and I still haven't finished my actual soul healing practitioner's course, but I just have to do like a demonstration and then I get my certificate, but through those. And for pet grooming, you don't need any sort of certificate. But like I had started at PetSmart, so you go through like a whole like grooming class and everything. So like went through their whole program at the beginning of that too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's nice that they would give you that little bit of training to get your foot off the ground and get going.
Definitely.
With it, right?
Yeah.
Nice. What is your spiritual origin story or an awakening moment?
Okay, so that's like very similar to what happened last year, but I can actually share more about besides like just that point after my dad had passed away. So earlier in the summer last year, I had gone to something called, what is it called? I went to a meeting anyways that is like spiritual, but also it's about, it's called Celebrate Recovery. And so it's about letting go of like any form of, honestly, kind of hurt. So whether it's like guilt or shame, or you had physical like issues like actual addiction or domestic violence and like anger and things like that, you just go. So I've never struggled with drugs and alcohol, but my dad had. So it was always a really big impact on my life. And after going to Celebrate Recovery twice, I really decided that I needed to reach out to my dad, who I haven't talked to in like 18 years at that point. And after like reaching out to him, like I just felt something completely shift. And he didn't know he was sick. I didn't know he was sick. Like he was having issues with like Crohn's disease, but not like big, huge, crazy issues. And then he died within 6 weeks. Oh my goodness. So you can tell that it was like divine intervention that we had reconnected, and he was able to pass away peacefully, not feeling all that guilt and shame, and felt like he was able to be forgiven. A lot of closure. Yeah. And like even closure with his parents because of the closure I gave him too. So it really just stirred everything up. Yeah. And it just laid out this like a domino effect almost, right? Yeah. Yep. And so I had been like previously like going to a Christian church too. But I would like to say Christian love, not the Christian hateful kind of churches. Like to point that out. But that had really kind of like opened up what my thoughts were about things. And then like just keeping going on this path has really sealed like what I believe. Good. Yeah. I'm glad that you got that a little bit of closure for yourself. What's your daily spiritual or magical practice like? Oh, it needs improvement. That's what it is. I have been doing better though. So definitely just trying to be intentional with how I speak and how I speak in my own head, because that's made such a big difference. Like I always had I previously had not the greatest self-talk and could be kind of a Debbie Downer. So the more I really kind of paid attention to that, the more that's opened things up. Nice. But I also have been trying to have an evening of distance Reiki. I know multiple people that really could use it. One is a child that has cancer. So I have started practicing that every night before bed, and then ending it with Reiki for myself because sometimes I skip that a lot. So yeah. I've also done a lot more of like protective bubbles and releasing things throughout the day, which, you know, when I first started anything, I'm like, I don't need that protection bubble. Why would I need to do that? And I really need to do that. Especially when you're doing energy work towards others, because even if you try not to, you still absorb some of it. Of course. Yeah. Nice. Who or what inspires your path the most? I would say my dad's mom, so my grandmother, that she passed away when my mom was pregnant with me. And when I was like a little kid, I used to crawl under the couch and talk to her. And I can still remember like feeling that I was talking to her in heaven. And like she has definitely been like my guardian angel. And we have like a lot of funny similarities. But then, like, at the same time, I look so much more like my mom's side of the family. So then, like, of course, like, that whole side also really continues to help me do what I feel inspired to do. But I feel like definitely her. And there's one other woman that's been great. Her name is Irene. And I used to work at a nursing home, and she was one of the patients. And she was an angel, and she would always say to me, "You're like my granddaughter," and I'm like, "I think I'm your great granddaughter." But we actually like where she lived most of her life and where I lived most of my like childhood was on the same exact street. We were like 10 houses away from each other, and we never knew it. Small world. Yeah, I definitely feel both of them around me a lot. Nice. Good. It's important to have those people, especially with those type of connections, still feel them with you. Yep. What was the biggest challenge you faced on your journey, and how did you overcome it? The biggest challenge I have faced is like my own mental health. And I've always been like super proactive about it and really trying to help myself. And I think like the biggest thing that has changed besides just like the years of therapy I've done and medications is having done the soul healing with Marlene. And if it wasn't for Sarah setting me up with that, like I think I'd be in a very, very different place than I am now. So definitely those soul healing classes with her and like sessions with her.
Good. I'm glad that it's helping.
Yeah.
Nice. What tools, methods, or spirits guide your work?
Okay, so first for tools, I definitely use crystals.
Nice.
And through like the Crystal Reiki, we learn different symbols. So using those as well, I definitely feel like intensifies or helps with anything I need. And then I would say out of all of that, selenite helps so much. So that's like just a gift.
Yeah.
Right. And what did you say? Tools and what else?
Methods or spirits.
Okay. So I feel like a lot of things that I do in any session is just intuitive, and I'm letting like whatever kind of thing can take over guide me. So whatever like spirit or energy I feel called to do. And definitely I invite other people's spirit guides to come in.
Nice.
But then I feel like I have a crowd of spirits around me, and a lot of animals. Obviously I love animals, but I also have a lot of animals that have passed on. And like a visual I could give for the amount is like if you saw like a forest, and right on that forest line is just all of these animals coming out. So like that's how much are on that side waiting. So I have all of that, but then I have my grandmother, and then I have my dad and his two brothers that have passed, and then I have my mom's side of folks as well. And like you can definitely feel a nice, strong, like happy energy.
Yeah.
One that I still don't know his name is, it feels like one of the aliens, someone on like the, I don't even know what it's called, one of the councils. And
like the Watchers, or there's a few others.
Something, like
familiar.
I want to I don't know, divine council of something. I don't know what it's called because I'm not the greatest at like hearing everything yet. But he is very tall and very green and very like prim and proper. But he is so nice and very encouraging. And
good.
Yeah, so he's there too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe like an ancient ancestor.
Or something.
Nice. Awesome. How do you stay energetically protected and grounded?
Definitely doing like clearings on myself. Going to Reiki shares has been really helpful at Dragonflies and Amber with Francesca. Just being able to receive as well. I feel like regrounds me. But I feel energetically drained, not from the work I do, but from like the life that is life. So working honestly helps revive that for me. But yeah, also just like different grounding techniques and using plenty of crystals too.
Yes, they definitely help.
Yeah,
absolutely. What's one common misconception about your craft or your work?
I mean, that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That it doesn't do anything. And especially like through animals of like, oh, well, how can you know what it's doing? And it's like, well, I can feel it. And
the animals must too.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually someone could see a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you share a powerful or a memorable client transformation?
I don't know if I have two that I honestly came right to my mind. Was someone that I am related to having Reiki done, and I could see my grandmother when I was working on her, who is also her grandmother. And they just felt so similar, and that was really powerful. But I also was able to like reground her and teach her how to ground. But there's no way it was me talking. And like all of that came through, and just the amount of like, you could feel the energy release from that felt really awesome for just not like me or her, but like our like entire lineage. I feel like really got cleansed through that.
Nice.
And then the other one that I just was like really surprised about was someone that I know and have known for a long time, having a message from her mom come through.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I don't really feel like I know many things about your mom. And everything that she ended up sharing and going back and forth was just like magical, that I could be the one to tell her any of this. And that like, she was so excited to hear any of that story back. So that felt like changing, you know, like life changing, or at least in that moment, really validating for both people.
Yeah. And especially when you're not even trying, and it just, because you're open, and so it just comes through. I love that.
Yep.
Nice. What sacred self-care practices keep you aligned?
I don't know what I do that keeps me perfectly aligned. I just feel like continuing to like go through the motions of doing all of these things consistently. It's just a balance of giving and receiving. And I feel like that instead of just constantly giving, now knowing that I have to receive as well, and that I have to rebalance myself as well, so that it's not just so out of balance is really helpful now. Good.
Nice. That was important. What does success look like to you as a spiritual business owner?
Success looks so much different than I owned a dog grooming salon before, and that was definitely a way different look than this. And I feel like it's really important just to help as many people and have people feel comfortable and cared about, and just knowing like that they're welcome somewhere is really important. So that doesn't have to be a million people either, and it doesn't have to have a bottom line to it. And like, I couldn't have said that years ago, because I was so consumed with finances. Like, am I going to have enough? What is this going to mean? And like, now I just have a relaxation to it of like, it's going to work out. And that wasn't my own thinking. So that really came and really helped.
Good. Yeah, it's important to just believe that it already is.
Exactly.
And
it is.
Yep, absolutely. Do you follow the moon, astrology, or seasonal cycles in your work?
So I don't in my work necessarily, but I have been taking plenty of classes to teach me about that.
Nice.
Because I don't have any background in any of that, but I've always been really interested, especially in the moon. But learning more about, like, my first introduction was Mercury in retrograde, and I knew my life was going to go crazy. And then now, the last retrograde we had, I was so excited for it because I was so ready for change. I'm like, yes, let's do this. So like, just really kind of understanding what they all mean has really been helpful to me. And I can also say that to people in a session when they're like, I don't know, things are just out of whack all of a sudden. I'm like, well, here we are, and this is the time of year. So.
Yeah. And it's not like when Mercury is in retrograde, it's just vibrating higher and faster. It's not literally going the other direction.
Yeah.
Because that would cause a huge problem in our solar system.
Exactly.
Going the other direction.
Yep.
Nice. What's something you wish more people knew about energy work, divination, rituals, or what have you?
That it can be life-changing. And that it can help. And the mind can do so much for your body. There's no reason to just suffer in our kind of world that we have. There's so many things that can help you, and so many ways that you can actually help yourself, even if you can't get out of a difficult like situation in life. And also just community.
Yeah.
You know, like just being able, like especially Dragonflies and Amber, it is such a it is a community, but like it encourages so much community too. Like you can have a private session, or you can have a group. You can have a little party and have people come in and do Reiki on all of you guys, or send relay messages, or this or that you need. And I just feel like it is really important to not feel alone.
Absolutely. Nice. If you could give one piece of advice to somebody just starting their path, what would it be?
Keep an open mind. And I have to say more than one thing, of course. Ask the questions. Yes. Ask so many questions. And I am always asking questions. Good. And I'm not ever arguing with people. People sometimes feel like when you're asking questions, you're being like problematic. And no, you are asking to understand. And until you understand fully, and I'm sure at some other point, another light bulb is going to go off and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I get that so much better now. I also think like being flexible with your stance on some things of like, oh, I only believe this. Well, once you experience something else, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that was really different.
Yeah. Nice. Yep, absolutely. And do you have any magic you're currently brewing, like at an event that's coming up, or a service, or
so I have like blocks at specifically Dragonflies and Amber that Tuesday nights I will consistently be there. Or I can be there if someone wants to make an appointment. Technically I can really make appointments like any day of the week at Dragonflies, as long as like something else isn't going on, but a lot of times I can make something work. And same with like my collective, it's also in Sturbridge too, so different locations, Dragonflies and Ambers and Sutton, and just a lot of like evening appointments are available, which can be helpful with, you know, a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people.
And then they're working during the day,
of course. And then especially if it's for your cat or dog coming into Paws and Claws, I have Tuesdays and Sundays off, so any other day is just great where I can, even if your dog needed a bath or a haircut, I can infuse Reiki through that whole session. And that's very helpful for like the senior pets and things like that, something like that might be anxious. So those are the things that like I'm really looking forward to doing more of.
Nice. And where is Paws and Claws located?
Paws and Claws is in Worcester, 125 Hamilton Street.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. And some fun questions.
Okay.
Do you know your sun, moon, and rising sign?
Yes, because because I am a mixture of both of my siblings.
Nice.
So I'm the baby, but so it's Aquarius, and then Taurus, which is my brother, and then Pisces, which is my sister.
Nice.
Which I'm like, that has to be wrong. And then I did it again. It's like, nope, that's 100% right.
Nice. Carry them with you.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite crystal or herb or tool that you work with?
Okay, I already talked about selenite a lot, so pretend selenite didn't exist. I don't know. I feel like I'm always grabbing like any sort of jasper. I just feel like drawn to it. And I've always loved amethyst because of my birthday, Aquarius, but I feel like now at this point, I'm like, I know what this stone is. I want to use something else. So
nice.
But really, selenite.
It's selenite. Do you have a magical nickname or archetype that you resonate with?
No, but I'm happy to get one. I would love to be assigned a fun nickname.
Oh, you could do a meditation and then try it and just ask the universe to give you one, and then one will pop in your head and be, that's it.
Right?
Yeah. Tea or tincture?
Tea.
Nice. Tarot or runes?
Tarot.
Nice. Cauldron or candle?
Candle.
Nice. If your spirit guide had a voice, what would it sound like?
Oh, she's so smart. So smart. But kind. Like a very, not like quiet, soft-spoken, but like just doesn't need to rush or have any strong emotion. Just like confident and like sure of itself.
Nice. Nice. And do you have any pets?
I do. I have Ruby, who's my standard poodle that kind of pretends to look like that. And
That's funny.
I have Shenzi, who's an all black cat, and I love both of them very much.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
One thing I never even mentioned before during all this was my higher self. That she's also always there in all these sessions.
Yep.
And she is very, very helpful.
Good. It's nice to connect to your higher self because
Yeah.
she's the one that's kind of going through all the stuff you're going through now. She's been there. And then her higher self is her going through all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like in stages, but at the same time connected. I love that.
So she's definitely helpful.
Nice. Good. Well, that was all my questions I have for you today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you want to talk about anything else while we're here?
I don't think so. But that was really nice. If anyone ever has any questions, you can contact me through Facebook too. I just made a Facebook account as well for a business page.
Okay.
You'd have to ask me what it is because I forgot already.
Do you have the link for it you can send me?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
But
awesome.
I think Dragonflies and Amber has shared that event on their Facebook too. So yeah.
All right. So I will put that link in the description for them to be able to find you.
Awesome.
And also go check her out and check out her services and get some Reiki for your pets because how awesome is that? Reiki's awesome in general, but to have it on your pets, I love it. And as always, come check us out at Enchanted Dragonfly. We are a metaphysical shop at 99 Church Street, Whitinsville, Massachusetts. You can find our website link below as well. And follow our channel, subscribe to the channel, like this podcast episode, help us keep growing and having these magical conversations with all these magical beings. And as always, blessed be.